Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time it is, wherever in the world it is that you are. Welcome once more to another live stream of Alexandra Mayer's Live. And tonight we will continue our page by page reading and commentary of the modern English version of the Bible. Hope all of you had a good day today. I most definitely did. I had a wonderful day, visited with some family and whatnot. But now we're going to go ahead and go into Exodus 22, which revolves around the laws of restitution. If a man steals an ox or a sheep and kills it or sells it, then he shall repay 5 oxen for an ox, and 4 sheep for a sheep. If a thief is caught breaking in and is struck so that he dies, then there will be no blood guilt for him. If the sun has risen on him, then there is blood guilt for him. He must make full restitution. If he has nothing, then he will be sold for his theft. And as we move forward, this area of Exodus, which really the blueprint for how society needs to be conducted and run, starts in Exodus 20. That's where you have the Ten Commandments. Exodus 21 started going into the laws that were set to govern the Hebrews since their freedom from the Egyptians. And it's very interesting because as we go through these laws, we do get a good mental picture as far as what was important in those times. And some of what was important in those times is still important today. I mean, of course, for the most part, most of us don't have oxen and sheep and whatnot, but we do have the modern day equivalent, which is cars and property and whatnot. And a lot of the laws that govern our society today are not too different from the laws of the biblical times. If the stolen item is in fact found alive in his possession, whether it be an ox or a donkey or a sheep, then he shall repay double. If a man causes a field or vineyard to be eaten, and puts out his beast so that it feeds in another man's field, he must make restitution of the best of his own field and of the best of his own vineyard. If fire breaks out and catches in thorn bushes, so that stacked grain or the stacked grain or the field are consumed, then he who started the fire must surely make restitution. If a man gives his neighbor money or items to be kept for him, and it is stolen from the man's house, if the thief is caught, he must repay double. If the thief is not caught, then the owner of the house will be brought before judges to determine if he has laid his hand on his neighbor's goods. For any kind of trespass, whether it be for an ox, for a donkey, for a sheep, for clothing, or for any type of lost thing, whether another says it is his, the case of both parties shall come before the judges. And whoever the judges find guilty will pay double to his neighbor. If a man gives his neighbor a donkey, or an ox, or a sheep, or any beast to keep for him, and it dies, or is injured, or is driven away, while no one sees it, then there will be an oath before the Lord between both of them, that he has not laid his hand upon his neighbor's property. And if its owner must accept this, and he will not, I'm sorry, and its owner must accept this, and he will not have to make restitution. However, if it was stolen from him, he shall make restitution to its owner. If it is torn to pieces, then let him bring it as evidence, and he will not have to repay for which was torn. If a man borrows anything from his neighbor, and it is hurt or dies when the owner was not with it, then he shall surely make restitution. But if the owner was with it, he shall not make restitution, if it was a hired thing. It came with his hire. All right, now we're going to get into moral and ceremonial laws. And, it's kind of interesting when I think about it that we're at this part of Exodus right now, considering another project that I'm working on as of current revolving around law and legalities and courts and whatnot. Because laws are important. But what you really got to look out for in life are people who look for loopholes as to how to weaponize laws unjustly against people, or how to even weaponize the courts against others. There seems to be this trend right now of people looking for people currently involved in legal disputes or court situations, because when you're in that kind of situation, you are in a relatively vulnerable state. But these people who are targeting people in the midst of legalities um, are essentially looking to extort these people. I'll talk about it another time because it's just something that's in my head right now, that this particular chapter of the Bible is starting to make me think about, actually. But Um, those of you who enjoy listening to this, make sure that you follow my other work too, because it's kind of funny how certain things that I'm reading from the Bible are directly coinciding with events in my life. But, anyways, let's continue. Moral and ceremonial laws. If a man seduces a virgin who is not engaged and has relations with her, he must surely endow her to be his wife. If her father absolutely refuses to give her to him, he must pay money according to the dowry of virgins. You must not allow a sorceress to live. Whoa! Just one simple sentence. This is Exodus 22, passage 18. It just simply says, you must not allow a sorceress to live. So you had some women who were utilizing sorcery and they don't want them alive. Wow. That's one of the most to the point sentences that I've read. And wow, you must not allow a sorceress to live. Whoever wrote this did not like sorceresses. Okay, let's continue. Whoever has relations with a beast must surely be put to death. Well, yeah. Which just made me think about something. Oh God, I feel like the Bible is speaking to me to tell me what to do when it comes to a certain situation I'm currently contending with when it comes to one of my projects right now. This is crazy. You know what? I better screen cap that. Okay. He who sacrifices to any god other than the Lord alone shall be utterly destroyed. You must neither wrong a foreigner nor oppress him, for you were foreigners in the land of Egypt. You shall not afflict any widow or orphan. If you afflict them in any way, and they cry at all to me, I will surely hear their cry, and my anger will burn, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives will become widows, and your children fatherless. Ooh! Wow. I am all about Exodus 22:18 through 22. All about this. All about this. Recently there was a woman known as Controlla who I really didn't like how people were bullying her, mainly because she was a widow. I didn't even know this was in the Bible. This guy who I've done some documenting on, I think he is going to be smited by God because the way that he's been attacking her. Apparently in the Bible, you are not supposed to afflict widows. Wow. Hmm. Well, goes to show. If you lend money to any of my people who is poor among you, do not be a creditor to him, and do not charge him interest. If you take your neighbor's garment as a pledge, you shall return it to him before the sun goes down. For that is his only covering. It is his garment for his body. And what else will he sleep? And when he cries out to me, I will hear, for I am gracious. You shall not curse God or curse the ruler of your people. You must not delay to offer the first of your harvest and of your vats. You must give to me the firstborn of your sons. Likewise, you must do the same with your oxen and your sheep. 7 days it shall remain with its mother, but on the 8th day you must give it to me. You will be holy men to me. Therefore you must not eat any flesh that is torn by beasts in the field. You must throw it to the dogs. All right. Well, you know what? This Exodus 22 really just kind of re energized me tonight. I was feeling a little like low energy too before I read this. But as I said, passages 18 to 22 within Exodus 22 strangely coincide directly with something that I'm currently in the midst of when it comes to one of my projects. And I'll tell you which project it is. It's the project linked to trashfire.tv and IP2 wiki info. So those of you who are curious about that, feel free to take a look. But wow, I mean, look, at this moment, I feel like, yes, the Bible truly is the living word. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that energy. It's wonderful. All right. Well, that's it for tonight. Um, I came on here a little bit late again. I'm really going to try to get these readings done more so in the morning than in the evenings, but I can only do what I can do. So anyway, everyone take care. I appreciate you listening if you're listening at a later time, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.